Right then, so I'm sitting here, pint in hand, trying to have a moment's peace in a world that's increasingly determined not to let me have one, and I come to a terrible conclusion. The world's gone soft. Utterly, completely soft. But here's the kicker, the bit that'll curdle your beer. It's the soft things that are the most dangerous. I know what you're thinking. Murphy, you've had one too many. Or, Murphy, the world's always been a mess. But this is different. This is a betrayal of the fundamental rules. I saw a video, a giant balloon, right? Big as a house, practically. Tough as old boots. You could bounce this thing to the moon and back. And 100 soft, useless things are thrown at it. Pillows, socks, a bleeding noodle, nothing. It just laughs them off. Then, along comes a tiny, flimsy little packet of crisps. A whisper of a thing. And boom! The whole thing vanishes. Gone. Wiped from existence. It's an absolute codswallop. So is the universe pulling a fast one, or are we all just thick? Let's get to the bottom of this. Now, any sane person, any person who hasn't been hitting the paint thinner for breakfast, knows how the world is supposed to work, stands to bleed in reason. Hard things break soft things. Sharp things pop balloons. That's the deal. It's a simple contract we've all signed with reality just by being born. A needle? That'll pop a balloon. A knife? You bet your life it'll pop a balloon. A brick? Well, that'll just smash the living daylights out of it. It's a world of pointy ends and brute force. That's the physics I grew up with. The physics of the schoolyard. You don't go into a sword fight armed with a wet sponge, do you? You don't try to knock down a wall by chucking marshmallows at it. The universe is built on a very simple principle, the bully principle. The bigger, harder, meaner thing always wins. It's why a rhino goes through a garden fence and not the other way around. It's why you use a hammer to hit a nail, not a loaf of bread. Imagine asking a builder to knock down a wall and he turns up with a bag full of kittens. You'd have him committed. You'd check his tea for funny substances. Because it's nonsense. Soft things are for comfort. They're for sleeping on, for wiping your nose on, for soaking up spills when you've had a few too many. They are, fundamentally, profoundly, and reassuringly, useless in a fight. To suggest otherwise is just chaos. It's a breakdown of everything we hold dear. It's anarchy in physical form. Right, hold me pint. So I'm watching this thing, right? There's this balloon, a monster of a thing, a big red wobbling mountain of anxiety. It's so big you could live in it, rent out the back bit to students. And these lads, these scientific hooligans, they start throwing things at it. And it's a parade of the world's most pathetic objects. It's like they raided a child's bedroom for weapons. First, a pillow, a big fluffy one. It hits the balloon and just gives it a cuddle. It bounces off, all gentle like, as if to say, sorry to bother you. Then, a ping pong ball. Boink. The balloon doesn't even notice. It probably thought it was an insect, a wadded up bit of paper. A sock. Someone threw a sock. It just sort of clings on for a second, then flops to the floor in defeat, like a drunk fella giving up on a Tuesday. It was a picture of utter failure. They even threw a plushy toy at it. An actual teddy bear. It was an absolute festival of failure. Each soft cuddly thing just proved my point one after the other. The balloon just sat there laughing at them. Smug. You could almost see a little face on it, looking down on all this useless fluff, just daring them to try something serious. And then he picks it up. A little bag of crisps, cheese and onion by the look of it. You know the type. Full of more air than potato. You could crush it with a stern look. It's got the structural integrity of a politician's promise. It makes no sound. It carries no threat. He doesn't even throw it hard. There's no wind up, no athletic grunt. He just sort of flicks it. It spins through the air, all innocent like, glinting in the light. It tumbles, end over end, hits the balloon, and the world explodes. Bang! A universe of red rubber just ceases to exist, disintegrated, wiped off the face of the earth by a packet of cheese and onion. What in the divine name of physics is that all about? Took me a while. Had to have another pint just to process the sheer treachery of it all, but I figured it out. It's called stress concentration. It's mad bastard science. Picture this, the skin of that balloon, right? It's not just a sheet of rubber, it's a million tiny fellas all stretched out in a massive pub-wide game of tug-o-war. They're all holding hands for dear life, pulled so tight they're screaming with the effort. Every single one is at the breaking point. But they're all pulling together, sharing the load, so they're strong. As long as everyone does their job, the line holds. It's a perfect system. Teamwork. Now, a pillow comes along. It's big and soft. It's like a big drunken fella stumbling into the middle of the tug-o-war rope. He pushes everyone at once, but the force is spread out over hundreds of the little hand-holding fellas. They all just grunt, dig their heels in, shuffle a bit and hold on tighter. The fella on the end might not even know what's happened. No bother, the load is shared. It's teamwork, you see. But the corner of that crisp packet... Ah, that's different. It's not sharp like a knife, no, it's a traitor. It's a tiny pointy little git. When it hits the balloon, all the force of that throw, every last bit of it, is focused onto a microscopic point. It's not a drunken fella stumbling into the line anymore. It's a tiny little stiletto heel landing on one single fella's pinky finger in the middle of the tug-o-war. The other million fellas can't help him. The force isn't shared, it's all on him, and his poor little hand can't take it. The pressure is immense, unbearable. Snap. The link is broken. And the two fellas next to him, who were already screaming under the tension, suddenly have to take all his load, plus their own. Their arms are nearly out of their sockets as it is, and they can't take it. So snap, snap, and it just goes on from there. A chain reaction of catastrophic failure. It's not a pop, it's a rout. An unzipping of reality that starts with one fella letting go because of a pointy little crisp packet. And that's not all. That's just the start of it. That's the simple version. The real secret, the bit they don't tell ya, is the stuff the balloon's made of. The rubber. It's made of these long tangled up things called polymer chains. Think of it like a big bowl of spaghetti, all cooked and floppy and mixed up before you put the sauce on. A happy, relaxed jumbo. That's the rubber before you blow it up. Now, when you blow up the balloon, you're stretching all that spaghetti out into long, thin, tight strands. All those tangles are pulled straight, they're not floppy anymore. They're like uncooked spaghetti now. Brittle. They've got no give left in them. They are stretched to their absolute limit, humming with stored energy. Every chain is like a guitar string tuned 3 octaves too high. It's a system just begging for an excuse to fall apart. That tiny, focused jab from the crisp packet corner doesn't just break a link between our little invisible fellas, it snaps one of those spaghetti strands. It introduces a tiny flaw. And because everything is so tight, so brittle, the energy from that one snap has nowhere to go but into the strand next to it. It creates a tiny tear, a microscopic crack, what the science lads call a fracture front. And the tension in the rest of the balloon skin does the rest. It pulls that crack open at the speed of sound. It's not a tear, it's a shatter, like glass. The balloon isn't just popped, it's undergoing a catastrophic fracture. It's a brittle failure. The whole thing shatters into a million little pieces before it even knows what's hit it. The crack just runs away with itself faster than you can blink. So there you have it. It's not about being soft or hard, it's about focus. It's about finding the one tiny, overstressed point and giving it a little nudge. The balloon was an accident waiting to happen, and the crisp packet was just the excuse it needed. It just goes to show ya. Sometimes it's not the big, obvious sledgehammer that takes you down, it's the tiny, sharp, unexpected little problem that you never saw coming. The one you dismissed as nothing more than a packet of crisps. It's like life, innit? Makes you think. Right, that's enough science for one night. Me glass is empty. Go on now, get out of it. The show's over.